Hi everyone, Nicky here. Crumbs, I can't believe how long it's been since my last video. I think it was the 18th of January and today's the 10th, Friday the 10th of February, but it's been quite manic. Ooh, I really should remember to move that before I sit in this chair. That's better. You might sort of think, well, why have I got it in there? But it's for when Mum sits here, she likes to have a pillow behind her back. I might have said that before. Yeah, so it's been ages since I've done my last video and it's just been really manic. I think I mentioned that my nan passed away at the beginning of January. So since then, unfortunately I had quite a big drop in the bathroom. I was giving Lexi a wash, had one of my drops and my hand was whacking against the bus because sometimes I fit with my drops. And bless Lexi, she's trying to keep my hand still. So when I came to, I didn't realise she was doing that because I wasn't quite with it. And as I came to, she was still holding it, and I pulled back, and bless her, she bit my finger. So I had to have stitches, only 3. And I've been very lucky because I won't do it now, but I've got like movement and stuff in it. I said I wasn't going to do it now, yeah, so I have got movement and stuff in it. The nerve was just very badly bruised and I've just got to keep it covered until the scab completely comes off. So yeah, we were back and forth to Salisbury Hospital because they've got a brilliant plastic department, so we were doing that and stuff. So yes, oops, yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to check that I was recording, so it's right. Nothing drastic happened, I just wanted to make sure I was recording because I've had that a lot lately where I've thought I've recorded something and I haven't. And then when I've uploaded it, it's like, oh, where's that gone? Have I deleted it? And it's like, no, you didn't actually press record. But thankfully, some of the stuff that I hadn't recorded very well, I could go back and do, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, so we had fun going back and forth to Salisbury Hospital with that. And then the 30th of January was my nan's funeral, which, you know, went as well as funerals go, really. And then what else? Just trying to think what else we've been up to. Took Lexi to the vets yesterday, and bless her, because her allergies have really flared up, so we're giving a new tablet a go for her. And I'm at the hospital soon for some other stuff, so it's just really manic. I think we've got a week where there's probably one day where we're not having something on, so it's been really busy. So I'm just sort of enjoying the days where I haven't got anything on and I can just relax and either crochet or do my paper crafting. So yes, I suppose I should first of all say thank you to all my new subscribers. I did have you all written down, but I had to tidy up and I thought I'd said my subscribers, new subscribers, and I hadn't, so I got rid of that bit of paper. So sorry about that, but thank you very much, and I have subscribed back to all of you. Also, so I'm over, yeah, I've got 205 subscribers, so thank you so much, I really appreciate it. So I'm just going to show you this. I've shown it before, and it's my, if I can get the front, my crochet project Bible that I got from Stationery Geek. That's not easy to say. So the things that I finished, what I've done, if I can find one, is I've then taken a picture of it and put that in there. So then I've got a reference of what it looks like if I wanted to do it again. And then on some of them I've done like just one picture because I'm going to try different walls out and I still want it referenced all together. And yeah, so I'm finding that I'm really liking this. It's keeping me very organised. So I am kind of working on stuff, but I haven't actually got it on the hook. So I finished off, this was going to be a scarf, but I didn't have enough to make it long enough for like a scarf to sort of wrap round. Because I like a scarf either that you can just sort of, you know, put back to front and then just have a little bit there, and it just wasn't enough to do that. So I turned it in to a cowl, and it is, I can tell you, see, this is why this is handy. I can remember the pattern and stuff. So it's called a cold weather scarf, and it's from Hooked on Crochet book, and I used King Cole Riot Chunky in colour twist, and it took just under 4 balls. So it's a lovely, really, it's not for me because it's a bit itchy for me. So this will be going to sell at the end of the year, like I've mentioned, like our charity things that we do. So yeah, it's nice and chunky, and it sits on me, it sits sort of down just underneath your boobies. Sorry, that just sounded, I don't know why I laughed at that, I am an adult. Yes, it sits just under your boobs, if you've got boobs. If you're, I mean, because I think some men would wear this, you know, I think some men would wear it because it's not like really girly. And once it's under a coat, nobody's going to know that it's a cowl anyway. So, yeah, so I finished that off. I really like the colours in it because it's got teal in it, and it's like one of my fave things. Now it's twisting, and it shouldn't twist. Come on, that's better. Yeah, so, and it's quite a weight to it. So, yeah, pleased with that. I must stop saying so. And then I have, sorry, it keeps on top of my head, oh, me disappearing. I finished, at long last, I finished the cot blanket. I had to wait a while. This took much longer than it normally would have done. It took about 8 weeks instead of like my 4.5 for a cot blanket, because one, my shoulder was playing up because I had quite a few drops and I kept landing on that shoulder, so it just played it up. And then when I did my finger, I couldn't crochet for a while because I couldn't grip like to hold it and do it, because I sort of crochet like I'm knitting. So it's taken a bit longer, but I did have to march to do it, so at least I finished it in plenty of time. For the border, so the main bit is trebles, this is UK terms, and then for the border I did a row of double, then the puff stitch, and then a row of double, so it's just a little border. So yeah, so that'll be getting posted off once my friend's back in the country, because she partly lives in Dubai and then she lives partly in the UK. So I always give her the you know, the bags at Wool Warehouse thing, because I think it looks nice to send that off. So that is that done. And then I've got this little, come out like a baby size hat, so I can't model it or anything, so I'm hoping you can see that alright. So it's like a little berry, and it's this yarn, which is James C. Brett Marble Chunky colour MC64, and I'm using, oops, ow, that's my finger, that was not good. It's called a Chunky Beret, and it's a pattern that was in a magazine, so I just photocopied it and put it in here because I didn't want to keep the magazine. But it's called Crochet Boutique Hats, and it's by Rachel Oglesby, I think, Oglesby. I have had a look on Waterstones and they've got it, and it's $14.99. I haven't brought the book, but it's on like my wish list. So the pictures are black and white, so I'll try and cover it up and hopefully you can see. But mine's come out a child size because I haven't used the right, sorry, that's just twinging a bit now, sorry. Hasn't quite come out like an adult size because I haven't got the right yarn. But when I looked up the yarn to see about, you know, putting it on a list, because I'm going to be using up the stash I've got. I think I did say that I'm on a yarn freeze now until I've used up quite a lot of my stuff. Yeah, so anyway, I was looking at the yarn to just see about getting it if I ever, when I do an order. And it's so expensive, it's like £7.80 a ball. But because I always find if I'm doing a new pattern, I always either get like 2 balls more or a ball more. So like if I was doing this hat, I wouldn't buy just 1 ball of yarn because it says it can be done with 1 ball. I'd buy another one just to play on the safe side. So, you know, it's sort of nearly sort of 15 quid, 15, 16 quid just to do it. So I just can't justify that at the moment because it suggests Lion brand wool ease, thick and quick. So it's a really chunky yarn because it says a 9mm hook. I did that on an 8mm. Jameson Brett is normally a 6mm, so I thought if I went to an 8mm it would just come out a bit bigger. And the only other hook size I've got is a 12, big hook size is a 12mm, and I think that would just make it way too big, and I don't want to spend time doing it and it, you know, be wrong and unpicking it. So for this at the moment I'm going to be making some more of these baby hats and little baby sparrows and doing that instead with it because I've only got the 1 ball of that. I suppose you could double it up and use it. I suppose you could do that, but I'm not too worried because I don't mind having a range of different hats for my stall. And what we don't sell we give to the homeless or like the children's ones. And we've got a friend who sends clothing out to victims in Belarus and stuff, so the children's stuff could go there. So yeah, I do find that's really expensive. I know I've bought some balls that have been like the big, you know, like Aaron Wendy sort of balls, and they've been more. But when you're getting 400 grams worth, you don't mind. Whereas this is 170 grams. It's not very much. So, you know, I just got to weigh it up, and at the moment I don't mind different size hats. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment, these little berries. So yeah, tapestry still hasn't got done because obviously my grip's not that good, and I don't want to risk the tapestry fabric's that really thick stuff, and I don't want to risk getting it caught on my finger when I hold it because I don't use a frame. So that probably won't get picked up now till about the spring, summertime, because then the light will be better anyway. The James C. Brett scrap blanket, I haven't done any more to that, but whatever's left of this will get added into it. Just trying to think what else. Oh, and I do plan, I've got one of those bags that I just showed you, the organza bag. That's getting full up with oddballs of Stylecraft Special DK, and somewhere along the line I will start on a scrap blanket for that for the homeless. Because I think some people seem to think that the homeless only need like warm stuff in the winter, but I mean some of our summer evenings can be a bit nippy, so for me I'm quite happy to make blankets like that. I also make them, the smaller ones, I know I keep using my hands, the smaller ones I do like for a cat's charity, and I'm still filling up a bag for that. I sort of want to wait till that's full up before I just ask, drop a few bits in. Just trying to think. No, I think that's me. I think that's everything I've got to say, everything up to date. I'm not sure when my next video will be. I'll probably wait until I've got a few more bits. So these were sort of being done weekly. I'm not going to say it. I was thinking of sort of saying how often my crochet videos will be, but it then just depends on what sort of stuff I have about and things. So no, it's definitely not going to have a date to it, and I will just see you when I see you. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And oh, before I do sort of carry on about subscribing, and I always subscribe back, I've started now on my videos, I've done it on the papercraft videos, but I will also do it on this video, is I've been adding my email because somebody asked me if I would make a king size blanket for them, which I would gladly do. I don't know if they were in the UK or not, but I will just say, if you're not a crocheter and you like these things and want me to make you anything, I do ask for a deposit up front, so sort of thing, just to cover myself, and that I will quite happily also send worldwide, but obviously you have to understand it will cost a lot, because like this king size blanket, I worked out, depending on what sort of your wall she wanted, if she wanted the Stylecraft Special DK, for a king size blanket to make it worth, you know, to cover my costs and stuff, I'd have to sort of ask for a £50 deposit, and then if she wanted it posted or anything, in the end she'd be looking like at £100. So I'm talking like our money, so in dollars that's like $120 roughly. I'm not saying exactly because my maths isn't that great. So I just think she could go out and get something. So I haven't heard anything. I've left a message, and like I said, I'll be happy to do it, but if I don't hear anything, I'm not going to stress about it. So yes, I'm going to start putting my email on the bottom, like the description of my video, so if people do want things ordered, like if a person who doesn't make cards wants cards made, that's fine, or if a person doesn't crochet, I'm quite happy to do that sort of thing. So yeah, just, I think I've actually finished now, so I'm going to say goodbye. Hope that you all have a nice weekend, and see you all soon. Bye.